Hello, Enchanted Ones. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. If this is your first time here, hello, I am Danielle. Happy World Tarot Day. So today we are going to see who your spirit guides are and what messages they have for you today. Now, before we get into the pile selection, I did get a spirit guide. I did pick up on a spirit guide that the collective can identify with, that the collective has in common. And that spirit guide is the squid spirit guide. Now, the squid symbolizes darkness and it's a nocturnal animal. So, the nocturnal energies, it's a very mysterious spirit guide. So, it deals with glamour, camouflage, trickster spirit. So spirit guides that also have those attributes are some spirit guides that you can find in your spiritual team. So let's get into the pile selection. Also, naturally, you have water spirits in your spirit team. You could heavily be connected to the water. So let's get into the pile selection and see what spirit guides you have on your spirit team and what messages they have for you today. What's up, everybody? So we have pile 1 with the starfish spirit guide. We have pile 2 with the unicorn fish or unicorn spirit guide. And we have pile 3 with the humpback whale spirit guide. So take a minute, pause the video, see what pile or piles resonate with you, and I will see you at your pile selection. Okay, everybody. So I'm going to start with the message from the squid spirit guide. That is the collective message, and then we're going to get into each individual pile. So we have back on task here, and squid is coming through for those who may be dealing with a period of dealing with the unknown, not knowing what the next chapter will be, feeling confused, not knowing, what's next. And if not feeling confused, just not liking to be in the energy of the unknown, unfamiliar territory. And so the squid spirit guide is coming to help you navigate the unknown because it's used to being in the dark. It knows how to navigate through the dark very well. And so the squid spirit guide is reminding the collective to take a step back and reevaluate your schedule, reevaluate your time. Are you using your time in the best possible way? Are you managing your time well? Are you scattered? Do you need to balance things more? Are there some things that you can leave off your schedule for now? And are there some things that you need to put back on your schedule, or, it's really crucial that you do on a regular basis right now? So really reevaluating your schedule, reevaluating your goals. So the squid, again, is here to help the collective to navigate this unknown territory. I think we can all identify with it, this transitional period of having grown so much, and there's more growth, and there's another chapter and something's coming around the corner, but it's like, well, what is it? And a lot of us can also identify with the feeling of, okay, waiting for the other shoe to drop, trying to get out of this negative space, moving toward a more positive space, changing your mindset about different things, and not looking for a problem to be around the corner, but looking for greatness is what I'm getting around the corner. So squid is helping you navigate these uncertain times so you'll come out on top, because things can have a tendency to go either way when you're not sure of what to do. You can have, you do open yourself up to the opportunity of making the wrong move. And so, yeah, spirit guides don't want you to do that. And so you have this powerful intelligent spirit guide coming through the squid to help the collective. So that is the collective message. And so let's get into the power selections and starting with the starfish spirit. So I'll see you at your timestamp. Hello, Pal One. Welcome to your message from your spirit guides and who your spirit guides are. So, your spirit guide is the starfish. So, one star quality, you shine bright, you catch people's attention easily even when you're not trying. People are just drawn and fascinated by you. This might come as a surprise to you. You might be very low key and wonder, well, why is anybody attracted to me? Why do I fascinate people so much? But you just do. You just have that it factor, Power One, and people are, drawn to you and want to know more about you. So the starfish spirit guide, what's neat about this is that you have it. One, it symbolizes regeneration, and so you have this gift to bounce back, against all odds. You're the type to pull a rabbit out of a hat. People don't know how you do it. And that's one of the reasons why you are so attractive, Power One. It's like, okay, how did you do that? When your back is against the wall, it's like, okay, it seems like it's impossible for you to get out of a situation. You somehow find a way. And that's because one of your spirit guides is the starfish spirit. Even when, just any little bit of the starfish is chopped off, it can generate a whole new starfish. And so that's another gift that you have, Power One. The gift of abundance, the gift of fertility. Fertility deities and spirit guides are some of the strongest spirit guides, or some of your closest spirit guides in your spirit team. So I do want to read the message that is on this card, and this is the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle deck, by the way. So, replacing what was lost, you now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew, create a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon. So, like I said, that's what starfish represent. You could also be a star seed. Another spirit guide of yours is the bear. So you're very resourceful, you're very strong, you're very protecting, very nurturing. I'm hearing bear hugs. Maybe you're somebody that you just give really good hugs. And that's something that people love. That's attractive to people. It's like upon meeting them, you're a hugger, and it's just such a warm embrace. It's like people just fall in love with you. So let's see what other spirit guides you have coming through. And yes, the spirit animals wanted to come through today, y'all. Okay, llama. So I'm actually going to look in the guidebook because I honestly don't know that much about llamas. Only thing I know, wait a minute, I think that was an alpaca. I'm thinking of the Modern Family episode when Phil wanted a llama, but no, I think that was actually an alpaca, like I said. Okay, so I'm just going to read what it says. So they're sure footed. Llamas anchor firmly to the land. They're adaptable to nature. They have keen attention to sky energies. And they're sensitive to the energies around them. Okay, I had to read from the good old guidebook. I do not know much about llamas, but that is a spirit guide for you. I would definitely encourage you to Google llamas. And you know what? That's what I'm going to do right now. Llama symbology. So llamas are known for their knowledge, both ancient and arcane, and they can also be temperamental. Okay. So that's interesting. So yeah, your spirit guides are interesting. So yeah, I feel like you have a very varied spiritual team. Like all sorts of spirits are drawn to you, and spirits and different energies that may not mesh well for others. They might not be able to get away with combining certain spirits. You can. You have that ability. And you just have a lot of different spirit guides that are part of your spirit team. And so llamas, again, they're all about knowledge, and so both ancient and arcane. So you can pick up on occult knowledge very easily. This isn't your first time dealing with witchcraft or spirituality or divination or anything like that. Philosophy, you just have a tendency to understand things that are difficult for other people to understand. You may have engineer's mind, just very intelligent, high IQ, or very street smart. Your intuition is just out of this world. That's another reason why people find you fascinating. It's like, how did you know that? You just have this deep inner knowing. And yeah, sage wisdom, old soul. um Lemon here with the no nonsense. You just can cut through the BS and really see through people. Um, so although people are fascinated by you, they also may be intimidated by you as well, because it's like you can just see right through them. You know their intentions before they even open their mouth. It's like you know their whole life story. And some of you, yeah, you really do be picking up on people's life story, and then you'll hear things about them. Somebody will tell you something about their past, and it's like, oh, I'm I'm really psychic, huh? And then we have seaweed prediction here. So yeah, that's just confirmation um for that. So your message from your spirit guides, Power One, is to keep that sharp wit. Don't dull your light. You're supposed to shine. Ah, this is more confirmation for just how psychic you are. The three witchy sisters is they're the psychics of the bunch. The two on the end with their eyes closed and their hats like they're tuning in to the energies around them, and then just in the middle got her eyes wide open, honey, seeing everything coming on a physical and spiritual level. Snow angel signs are already with you. I don't know why I have such butterfingers. Maybe you've been clumsy here lately. If you've been clumsy, you did get sage. So, and lemon. So do some cleansing work. Also, you could just be a butterfinger. Your spirit guides could be telling you that they want some candy. If you haven't fed your spirit guides in a while, feed them something sweet. But your message today is Eclipse Mermaid and Shallow Grave. So someone misses you. Yeah, your spirit guides miss you. It's been a while since you've connected to them, and they want you to connect with them. Other spirits that are coming through, your ancestors who were witches or who were occultists, or practice spiritual systems that weren't that popular, or were frowned upon. These are beings that are on your spiritual team. You also have angels with the angel here. You also have mermaids, which is, no surprise because we do have water spirits coming through heavy for everybody for this reading. So your spirit guides, they miss you. And again, we talked about transitioning and being in this period of unknown. And so the eclipse mermaid is just highlighting that energy, that powerful changes are around the corner. And so now more than ever, you do need to connect to your spirit guides so they can make this transition easier. So let's see if we got one more final message. Let's see. Kind of being pulled to another day. But I feel like there's one more message in here too that I want to get out. So let's see if it'll come out. Yeah. We have Amara the Menahune and Poe. So historical figures, you could be someone who's very interested in history, history major or anything like that, or you just love studying history, you love documentaries and things of that nature, you love gadgets and inventions and technology and keeping up with scientific breakthroughs in technology. So strangely enough, some of your spirit guides can be historical figures. So any of your favorite scientists, any of your favorite inventors or people from history may very well be a part of your spiritual team. One, you, unless you remember, it's always a possibility that you were connected to these individuals in a past life. And also, just when you have such a deep reverence for a certain spirit or a certain person, you build a bond with these spirits. And if they take a liking to you, they will join your spiritual team. Whether it'll be a permanent thing or not, is anybody's guess. But your spiritual team can change. You have like your core spiritual team, but sometimes during different periods of your life, different spirits will come in, different spirits will be attracted to you and want to help you along your journey. And then when you don't need their help anymore, they go on along their way. So Menahune is a type of being as well. This is part of your spiritual team. Gnomes, fairies, the little people. All of these different names, these are spirits that are part of your spiritual team. And so Amara the Menahune with Aloha Healing is just bringing confirmation to what we picked up on with the starfish spirit in the beginning, taking time out to rest, to relax, to rejuvenate. Really practicing self-care is really important for you at this time because you're going through a major shift. So embrace the shift, embrace the relaxation, which I know can be really hard because you do have this fossil, this earth energy here. So you're a very grounded, very practical person, very hard working person, very sure footed, no nonsense person. So when you are on a mission, you're on a mission, and relaxation just doesn't make sense to you. It's not practical enough for you when you have some things to do. But we know that's not true. So please take time out to practice self-care, to heal yourself. And then a time for spirit. Again, back of the deck energy is really important that you connect with your spirit guides at this time. So that is your message, Pile One. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Be sure to share, comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on the next video. Bye. Hello, Pal 2. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the unicorn fish as your spirit guide, one of your spirit guides. So unicorns are very you know, rare and magical creatures. And so unicorn horns symbolize magic. If you were ever able to get a unicorn horn or a rhinoceros horn, somehow, someway, I don't know, it would be very powerful, and it symbolizes magic and has medicinal properties in spiritual traditions. So unicorns just represent rarity, uniqueness. They represent purity and love and grace and just all things magical. And it's a really nice symbol to have, very high vibrational symbol to have. So I took the liberty of pulling some more spirit guide cards for y'all because I didn't want to get caught up like on pile one and I pulled llama. I'm like, I honestly don't know what llamas symbolize. So you all may have picked pile one because we do have llama here and they do symbolize, you know, knowledge and having occult knowledge as well as just wisdom and a high intuition, very intuitive spirit animal. So you could have been drawn to pile one as well. So that's what llamas symbolize. They also can be symbolize being a temperamental person. Llamas can be a temperamental spirit guide. So that's one of your spirit guides. Then we also have the sea lion. And so sea lions are very playful creatures. They represent grace because they can move, you know, at a very slow and easy pace. They're very easygoing animals. So this could be a message for you all to slow down, to not be so temperamental, to balance out your more moody nature and tap into that graceful energy, tap into that, you know, pure energy, tap into the love energy. And we also have crab here, which can be encouraging you to do that as well. Crabs symbolize nurturing home, home life. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So crabs also symbolize nurturing home life. They're tied to our emotions. They are connected with the moon. In Native American cultures, it represents rebirth. Like some Native American traditions actually believe that humans reincarnate as crabs. So this is a period of rebirth, and this is a period of rebirth for everybody. That's the overall message for the collective right now, is transition and going to that next level, that next chapter. So these are some spirit guides that you all are connected with. I'm about to get my Florida water because I'm tired of knocking my cards, of these cards just flying out like this. So you have honey, so bees, another spirit animal of yours. Cats, because that just caught my eye. Crows are another spirit animal of yours that just came through. So they represent mystery, just like unicorns can be very mysterious. You know, it again is very rare to the whole mythology of unicorns is that it's rare to find them. Now, obviously, if this is your spirit guide, you may see unicorns on a regular basis, or at least come across the unicorn symbology. So that's something to keep in mind if you are looking for confirmation. Well, what symbols do you come across? Have you always been connected to sea lions or crabs, or you just love to eat crabs? You love seafood, and so it's natural that you have a connection to sea creatures and to have them as your spirit animals. What type of artwork are you drawn to? that sort of thing. So let's see what message your spirit guides have for you. Hold on. Okay. My phone is on its last on its last leg. So let's see. Come on. Go away. I don't know how to make it go away now. So let's see what message your spirit guides have for you. We have parsley and we have invasive. So putting it into invasive thoughts is what I'm picking up. You also have expulsion with the yarrow. Yeah. We have St. John's dispirited, St. John's wort, and seaweed prediction. So your message from your spirit guides is to be very mindful of your emotional state and be mindful of your thoughts when you're in a bad mood. Excuse me, because what you have been doing in the past is basically manifesting your worst fears, and this is what you need to transition out of. Unicorn, the unicorn fish is coming to you at this time to help you with that, because you really do have rare gifts and have a rare ability. You have an ability to do things that is rare, basically, for lack of a better word. Um, and if you don't get your thoughts together, you won't be able to actually manifest this one of a kind talent that you have. You know, thinking negatively is average, and you're not here to do average things. The unicorn fish, you have to be drawn to this. You are someone who is, special and rare and looked at as a unicorn, but you're wrapping yourself up in average energy by focusing on the negative, by being dispirited, by wallowing in your negative feelings, by allowing depression to overtake you. And these invasive thoughts, you need to put an end to these things and focus on the lighter side of life. And we have garlic with repel and eucalyptus with breathe. Meditation, doing breathing exercises, taking a deep breath before you fly off the handle, because you may have, with this llama spirit as one of your spirit guides, you may have a tendency to have knee-jerk reactions. And so spirit is reminding you to take a moment to pause before you respond to a situation, before you let the negative thoughts overtake you, before you go to worst case scenario type of situations. And then you have patchouli here with purpose, is just highlighting the fact that you do have a greater purpose in life, but you're getting in your own way with these negative thoughts. It's like breathe and honey are the only breaths of fresh air right now in a sea of just self-doubt and really focusing on the bad. And I get it, because at a time like this where we're in a place where it's always been this just push for negativity, but it seems like the more time goes on, the more negative things get, the more negativity is pushed on us. and it's harder to find light, and it's harder to focus on the positive, and you'll just get so caught up in the negativity of the world because it's just this constant bombardment of bad news that you'll forget that, hey, wait a minute, what's going on in my life really isn't that bad. My personal experience is, yeah, things aren't perfect, but it's not that. It's not, the worst of the worst. And so don't get caught up in this overly negative narrative to the point where you're just letting your thoughts take over, and then every little thing that goes wrong, you know, you're just spiraling after that, and it's weeks or months before you can find the good again, before you can get back on track. So don't be like that. Move with grace, move with ease, take a breath. um Connecting with the moon in a positive way right now, with the crab spirit coming through, you could be at the moon's whim, and so you're just being swayed back and forth. So right now, one of your suggestions with the crab spirit coming through is to connect with the moon, and you connect with it and set intentions to how you want this energy to affect you, instead of just being swayed by fluctuating cycles, because you have a deep connection to the moon, and so you're more sensitive to the different cycles of the moon when it passes through different signs and things. And instead of being in control, and instead of things working in your favor, it's working against you, or you're just being flip-flop back and forth, and it's not good for your temperamental nature. So that is your message, Pal 2. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Thank you so much for staying to the end. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next video. Bye. Hello, Pal 1. Pal 1. Pal 3. You might have been drawn to Pal 1, so check that out. This is your confirmation for that, if you can decide between Pal 1 or Pal 3. But hello, Pal 3. Welcome to your reading. Who are your spirit guides and what message they have for you? So we have the whale, the humpback whale spirit. And so the first thing that came through was that you have a very large spiritual team. And so that was just confirmed by all of the cards that popped out, because I wanted to get some additional cards from the Animal Wisdom Tarot. Again, happy World Tarot Day. So you have prairie dogs, jaguar, serpent, specifically seraphim, the class of angels known as seraphim, and dragons, and gorillas. So you have a very large spiritual team, like I said, and a very powerful spiritual team. So not only, spirit animals, which, as you can see, is heavy. The spirit animals wanted to come through today. The animal guys wanted to make their presence known and let you know that, yeah, we got y'all back. It's time to connect to nature more. It's time to, not forget that, hey, nature itself is filled with spirit guides. It's not just, the orishas and deities and fairies and all of these different things, which are, heavily connected to nature. They're nature spirits. But there's also just the good old fashioned animal spirits, your insect guides and flower guides is coming through specifically for y'all. White flowers. I don't know if that's honeysuckle. I'm not sure, but I just got an image of white flowers coming through, and I don't know what they are. I'm learning my plants. My son has a plant app, and so we've been going out in the yard and identifying the plants in the yard. And so we have Chinese wisteria in our yard. We have Rosa Sharon, aka Althea, which is very popular in hoodoo, growing in our yard. So we have rough or spiny milk thistle growing right by our front steps. So that's coming through for y'all, to connect with nature and don't take for granted the spirits that live within plants and animals, because these are our guides too, and these are like our first guides in a lot of cases. So Pile 3, you have a very large spiritual team, a very powerful spiritual team of, again, not only animal gods, but flower spirits as well as mythical creatures with the dragon. Um, and you have angelic guides, seraphim, um, the serpent, snake, spirit guides are also on your spiritual team. And so you have a very interesting, very powerful spiritual team. Gorillas, they represent strength. Um, Prairie dog, the first thing that came up for me was just the community, um, and confirming just that you have a large spiritual team. And Jaguar is all about confidence and sensuality. So you have a very sexy vibe. Pile 3, and a very luxurious vibe that just had to come through with Jaguar, the car, honey. Maybe some of y'all got a Jaguar that's on your vision board. You're manifesting a Jaguar. So those are some spirits on your spirit team. And then the back here, we have horses, which also symbolize strength and beauty and, power and sensuality and loyalty, is coming through. So let's see, what message do your spirit guides have for you? Now, one, I do want to read the card. And I wasn't drawn to read the card for Pile 2, but I am being drawn to read the card for you all. Um, Pile 3. So you have total submersion. Don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, interest, or goal. Give it 100% of your energy, and you may find what your life has been lacking. And that just makes perfect sense, because before I even felt called to read the card, these two cards popped out. I Am Kali from Death Comes Rebirth, and Marie Masquerade, Glamour, Intrigue, Drama. And so Kali is all about embracing change and embracing challenges with passion, embracing things that terrify you with passion. And so the humpback whale is the major spirit guide that's coming through for you all today, Power 3, to help you crush the competition is one thing that I heard, but just to push through to these unknown depths and not be afraid to stay in these uncomfortable spots. This thing about humpback whales, how when they go underwater, they stay underwater for a long time. And when they do come up, they're miles away from their starting point, which makes perfect sense with the crush your competition coming through, because it's like, if you just get focused and embrace whatever it is that you're afraid of right now, Power 3, and just immerse yourself, you're going to come out miles ahead of the competition. You're going to come out miles away from your starting point right now. Your life in the future will be so drastically different from your life right now if you take that leap of faith, if you embrace Kali. And Kali is a very powerful goddess to work with, the first goddess that I work with. And although her image is very scary, I've just always found Kali a very confident energy. She's a mother energy. And yes, she can be fierce, and yes, she'll whoop your ass, but I just haven't had that negative experience with Kali. I've just always felt embraced and safe with Kali. And so your spirit guides want you to know that they've got your back, that it's safe for you to submerge yourself. It's safe for you to embrace the darkness right now and see where it leads You are protected. You are guarded by fierce goddesses like Kali. Um, and it's just it's safe right now. So I just want to see what other message is coming through. So you have Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch. Count your blessings. So this is one of the ways that you can immerse yourself in this new territory is by reminding yourself of what you already have, these things that are concrete, these stable things that you have in your life right now. Counting your blessings, counting all of the things that you know you can count on will make diving into the unknown easier for you to do. You also have Dress of Alchemy, releasing your power. And here, if you can see it, it's a little bit of a glare. But in here, we have a three-headed dragon inside that bottle, just symbolizing your power. And we just got, serpent in the Animal Wisdom Tarot. So you have power bottled up. And so the message I'm getting is that your power is bottled up basically at the bottom of this ocean, this symbolic ocean that you, as you embrace this humpback whale spirit, as you work with this humpback whale spirit guide, when you dive to the bottom of the ocean and embrace stepping out of your comfort zone, you'll be releasing a three-headed dragon of power that is just not only going to have you so many miles ahead of the competition, but also wisdom. Dragons represent wisdom. They guard treasure. They speak in riddles. So if some of you are trying to get a music career off the ground, or you're poets or something like that, you're working with dragon spirits is something that can help you at this time. You have faceless ghosts and the haunted girl, ghost people. So we have two sides of the coin here with Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch and faceless ghosts and the haunted girl. On the one hand, there are ghosts, spirits, maybe not necessarily your ancestors, just spirits that are around and have taken a liking to you. Some of them are here to help you. They relate to you. You remind them of them when they were alive. And so they, have a soft spot for you. They've been watching you for a while and they want to work with you. But on the other hand, you do have some spirits that are just vampiric in energy, some ghosts around you that are just vampiric in energy that you do need to clear out. And Colin can definitely help with that. Whenever I feel, or when it comes through, because it's not all the time. I won't say whenever, but sometimes when I'm feeling energy in my house that I don't want in my house, I will definitely invoke Kali and get him the hell up out of my house. So that's something else that you can do with this faceless ghost and the haunted girl. And this also doesn't have to represent just spirits lingering around in your home. It can also just be good old-fashioned people who are energy vampires and biting your style. Again, with the dragon energy coming through and the rhyming, you could be in the industry, you could be, again, in the music industry, and you have people stealing your work. And this doesn't have to just be music, because I'm also getting performer, like a comedian too. So some of you are just trying to be in the public eye, or you're working on being, your careers are going to take you into the public eye at some point. And you're dealing with theft right now. People taking your work, taking credit for your work. And so this is another reason why the humpback spirit, the humpback whale spirit, is coming in your life right now or making its presence known. It could have always been in your life. I was mentioning, I think on pile 2, that some of your spirit team are always on your spirit team, and some spirit guides will be attracted to you for a time, and they'll come in just for a time period, and then when their mission is done, they, go on about their business. There's no love lost, but they're just not part of your permanent, spiritual entourage, if you will. So one of the reasons why the well spirit is coming to you at this time is because you need to guard your work better, and going dark, if you will, going within, um, totally submerging yourself in something, and not letting those who would take credit for your work or steal your work know what you've got going on, and then you just pop out of the blue, miles ahead of them to show and prove that you can't do what I do. If you don't know what I'm doing, you can't do what you're doing. So that's another message, another reason why the whale spirit is coming through for you all. So you also have witch at the end of the world, an important in a new beginning, which is no small wonder because you have the tower card. So you have major changes coming through, with Kali, the tower, and witch at the end of the world. And your spirit team wants you to go within, wants you to embrace the darkness, wants you to embrace the unknown so that you can come out on top. And we have Marie Masquerade here with glamour, intrigue, drama. Beware of those drama filled people. Beware of those energetic vampires, the people that just take more than they give, and beware of people who present themselves as being the life of the party, or, um, it just seems like drama always follows me and they don't know why. Beware of people like that at this time because it's a distraction. So that is your message, pile 3. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video, you guys. Bye.